In our last video, we went over the 3 KPIs that you need to know for your short-term rental, but now, Annette, we need to do what?
We are going to talk to you about building out a quarterly report. We want you to be able to look at all your numbers, not just a short-term rental host, you get kind of siloed into looking at your week or your month. We want you to start looking at your quarters and then also year over year. So today we're going to talk about your quarterly report and how to create that. All right, we are so excited for you to get going on your quarterly report. Let's go over the 3 numbers that we went over in our previous video. We'll put a link here so you can go back and watch it, but these are the 3 KPIs that you're going to need to gather. Your occupancy rate, your ADR, and your RevPAR, and your monthly revenue. So we have a PDF here. We want you to download that. You need to get these numbers so that you can fill in your quarterly report.
Okay, so those numbers, you need to record them for 3 months or 1 quarter of the year. Typically, January, February, March is Q1, April, May, June is Q2, so on and so forth. So before you move on to this video, if you don't have 3 months of historicals, like right now we're recording this video, it is October. So it's a perfect time to dial in Q3, make sure I have all 3 months written down on a piece of paper. If you haven't done that, press pause, and then we'll be here for you when you get those numbers written down. Do you have those 3 months written down? Do you have all the numbers from your last quarter? Okay, good. Now that you have them all, take those 3 months and get the average of those 3 months. So get your average occupancy, get your average ADR, and get your average RevPAR. And then you can add up all your revenue and put that in your quarterly recap. That square is your quarterly recap. And now when you have Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 of whatever year you're in, you have 4 sheets of paper that can tell you the health of your business in those quarters. You can also start guessing which is your high season. Not guessing, you'll know. Which is your high season? Which is your low season? Where are you revving up to do more business? It's just a great snapshot of the past 3 months.
When you're looking at the recap, you also always want to be looking forward. That's the exciting part, obviously. You want to keep projecting. So in this quarterly report, we also have a section where we start to project what's going to happen in the next quarter. Projections can include things that are going to go on in your area. If you have year over year historicals, what happened in that quarter the prior year? Maybe you're trying, if it's high demand, you might want to try to push your ADR up higher. Or maybe it's a slower season. Maybe you want to just fill the space. But the projections are where you want to look at your past historicals if possible and take a look at what you're going to do in that next quarter.
Annette, you know me so well. This might be my favorite section.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You get to judge what just happened and where can we improve. It's one of my favorite things to measure.
Sarah is really, really competitive. So, but this section, it's really important. It's feedback. It's looking at the whole entire quarter and looking at your strengths, but then also looking at what are the room for opportunities. So some of these things can be just like, hey, looking at your numbers year over year, looking at some reviews that you had that really crushed it. Did you have a weekend that like blew your expectations as far as your ADR? So really just take a look and assess overall the quarter, and also take a look at opportunities, because this is moving forward. After you've celebrated your strengths, there's always room to improve, and this is some of the stuff that we take a look at.
Yeah, and you want to get as specific as possible, because again, this is all you need to, from now on, once you start getting this stuff, and you want to look at, you're doing like a little meeting with yourself or with your partner, your business partner, you can lay these sheets of paper on the table and remember what happened in Q1. What strengths and opportunities? Did you assess those? Are those strengths, do they still exist? Mm-hmm. Did we ever tackle those opportunities? For example, a success or a strength was we increased our revenue by over $12K quarter to quarter. That's amazing. Are we still moving in that direction? We pushed rate, so $421 in June. All right, we did that in this year. Next year, let's see if we can crush that by like another 5% or something. Opportunities, maybe guests were mentioning the fridge was loud, or I don't know, the bed wasn't as comfortable as they had wanted, or this many guests said that. So, okay, did we ever get that mattress? Do we have the money to get the new mattress? These are ways to remember all the things that happen to us every day as hosts. It can get overwhelming. These snapshots are going to make you a better property owner, co-host, arbitrager, business owner.
Listen, we made this video for you. We want you to smash that sub button, but right after you subscribe to our channel, get after knowing your numbers. This is for you. You will feel so empowered after you get the numbers down, and we have this downloadable for you.
Check out our show notes. We break everything down. We get it downloadable for you, so there's no excuses, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.